I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. This is the Billionaire Brown experience. Let's go.
Historically, who's the greatest chess player that you know of and why?
Bobby Fischer. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Why Bobby Fischer? Yeah, I've seen the movie actually.
I mean, why Bobby Fischer? He just was. He beat everybody. It's just like how can I say it? Well, a difference of opinion, but he was just that. He was like the Michael Jordan or the Floyd Mayweather of chess.
But was there something about, like, what was it like from somebody knowledgeable? He's what?
He's written strategies and formulas that are published that people use that are in the game of chess that are implemented. Like some of his openings and some of his closings and those are now like in chess law, I guess you would say. Like,
So there's really closings.
Yeah, there's closings, there's openings. There's mid games, there's everything. The game of chess is very deep, man. It's very, very deep. So it's like a never-ending road. You always learning things.
In what way is your game like Bobby Fischer?
I would say no way. I'm not. Bobby Fischer probably, he'll probably destroy me. I mean, there's got to be some type of a skill set that you guys have somewhat in common. I mean, that's a tough one, man, because he's a great, and he's a great. He's one of the greats. So as far as that chess game goes. So I've actually watched a few of his games, but they were on video and they were from the 70s and you couldn't really see what he was doing or what he was moving. So I can't really say you know what I mean? I can't really say that. Well, I guess you could say there are strategies that he implemented in the game. Now, and I do know one of those strategies. I can't remember the exact name of the strategy. I can show you on the chessboard, but it's basically the first defense that I learned when I started playing chess.
And what's that?
I can't recall the name of it right now, but it's basically your first 7 moves are scripted for you to end up with a fortress around your king. And I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. No matter what your opponent does.
Scripted, yeah, go ahead.
No matter what your opponent moves, you know exactly what your first 7 moves are. Now, he may know the strategy and throw you off, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to get those first 7 moves off. Remember I said everything is calculated on the board as far as moves and
wow, that's crazy. So that's powerful. Let me get back to this article. Surprising press review. I'm clicking back to that detail now. There's a draw.
Yeah, it's called a stalemate.
How does that happen? Oh, how does a stalemate work?
All right. A stalemate works if you can't. Wow, this thing is deep, cuz.
I see.
Because to explain it is just like I got to go into different chambers of the game. A stalemate is basically is when you do not achieve a checkmate. You can like say if there's two king, you have your king left and I have my king left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now another thing I didn't cover about the game is with the king, it can move one spot in either direction, but it cannot be within one space of another king.
Mm.
So that would be,
okay.
if you get down to where you have only two kings, then you're just going to be moving the same piece around the board. And no one's going to win. So that would be a stalemate.
Okay.
That's the
Is
best
there
way I
a
can
lot
say it.
of different options as a stalemate besides two kings, the last two kings being on the board? Well, the only
Yeah, there
two
are.
kings being on.
There are. I just broke it down with the king just to make it simple. But there are
Okay.
other pieces where you can end up with a stalemate. In which either one of you don't have a move, so you can't checkmate him. He can't move, and it's just a stalemate. It's, a tie or draw.
Hmm. Okay. Anything we?
But hold on, let me say this though. Let me touch on this part. This is another chamber of the game of chess. Each piece is worth points. So in the case where if you may have a stalemate, some guys determine who wins the game by the number of points, number of pieces they have captured already.
Ah. And how are the points divvied out?
I don't know, like a bishop may be 8 points, a king may be like 10 points, a pawn may be 1.
Ah, okay.
So there's many different, like I said, the thing is deep, man. It goes different. But basic chess, that would be a definition of a stalemate.
Hmm. Okay.
I need some water.
The piece of what's one of these pieces? We got the pawn, the king, the queen, the knight, the bishop, the rooks. What's the piece that we should be most careful with?
Your king. What do you mean careful? Like as far as moving or as far as protecting? Like
Yeah, as far as protecting more so. Well, obviously it's the king, right?
Right.
Okay.
But it can be whatever piece you determine, because some people may not want you to take their queen. You know what I mean? Some people may not want you to take their knight or their bishop or their rook, because different people play different ways. Some people may not use.
Do you value a piece more than the other when you play?
Yeah.
Well, outside of the king.
Yeah, you want to know which one?
Which one?
The knight.
Why do you value the knight so much?
The horse. Because the horse, man,
he puts in the work. He could go out and put in work. Get 3.
He could go put.
Side.
Man, he could damage. If you let him down in there, he could do some damage, and it'd be nothing. And it'd be nothing you could do about it. Like you should know by now what I say. Kiss the baby, 'cause it's over.
Mm-hmm. That's
the horse can put you in a cobra clutch, bro, and you ain't getting out no cobra clutch.
Mm. Let me see. Any terms? Any chess terms we should know about?
Like what?
Like like checkmate. We got the name of the pieces. We got stalemate. Any other terms we should know about?
Castle.
Oh, the castle, you said that's a rook, right?
Well, there's a move called a castle, and there's a piece that people call a castle because some of the chessboards they look like castles. But so a slang term for a rook would be a castle. But there's also a very key move in the game called a castle.
And what is that?
And that is when, okay, so your rooks are on either side of your board, on the last square on either side of your board, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your king is, say if I'm black, if I'm black and, black pieces, and you have the white pieces,
Mm-hmm.
my king is on my white square, and vice versa. So what a castle is it allows me to move my king 2 spots. Remember, a king can only move 1. But for this one move, it allows my king to move 2 spots in either direction and bring my rook on the opposite side of my king.
And how are you able to do that?
First of all, there has to be nothing in between your king and that rook. No other pieces. Follow me?
Ah.
In either direction, whatever direction you want to pull the move, there has to be no spaces. And you cannot castle. And when someone puts your king in check, you can't castle and get out of check. So you can only castle at any particular point in the game, but a castle is a very critical move. Not when you're in check. It's definitely a good game. Sometimes it brings you a lot of peace mentally. Sometimes, it just forces you to think. If you really want to learn how to play the game of chess, it's a good game for you to pick up. It forces you to think and think about moves. Whether you're going to make your next move your best move, as we say in chess, and you can definitely apply that to life.
You ever play angry?
Yeah, sometimes. Like if I got whooped the first game.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Sometimes it's a good thing because it makes you focus more. When I play chess, I'm usually very quiet. I'm not laughing. I'm not joking. I'm not. I gotta focus in.
And you play with what's the craziest board that you played with? Not nicest, but the worst board. I've seen people play with soap.
Oh, the worst board. I kind of been spoiled in the chess world, man. You know what I mean? I always had nice boards, man. So I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe the little one that turns into checkers, the little plastic pieces. I don't want to say where I was, I was away at school when I played that.
All right, I got you. I think that's about it. I mean, you have anything that you wanted to share? Because I have a tendency to cut people off when I'm getting excited.
Not at all, brother.
Do you have anything that we should know or you wanted us to know about the game of chess?
I would recommend that everyone learn how to play chess. Or at least play a game. Learn what the pieces do and at least play one game. Because there's a lot of life parallels in the game, man. It is. And it's a good game. Strategy.
Yeah. And it's honest, too. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you got to stay focused on it. And if you lose focus, I like what you were talking about with the humility. I love what you was talking about with the with the pawns, the way you described those. You actually taught me a great deal just in this conversation.
Well, I'm glad to be of service, my brother. Glad to be of service.
This is really good.